Hi, thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it.
Jamie, Ruby, look at you got the universe behind you. That's awesome.
Thank you, thank
What
you.
a
But thank
great screen background.
yeah, yeah, everybody remembers it, so it works well. But thank you for talking to me. I appreciate it. I've been
Absolutely.
a fan of yours for a long time, so
Oh, God bless you. Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Sure. So what was it about Tulsa King though that made you want to be a part of it?
Well, I just love acting, and I love being a part of something that's so visible. If you're going to do Tulsa King, you know that people are going to watch it. It's a great show. I had been watching the first two seasons. I had kind of thought maybe they would ask me to do the show, and I was excited about it. I've worked with Sly twice before. I've had a great experience working with him. I have so much respect for him as an artist. I think he's incredible what he's achieved in his life. So I was open to the opportunity, and God bless them. They gave it to me, and they gave me such a great role.
Yeah.
So Jamie, I mean, there's so much going on behind Jeremiah making me look good. The way they're shooting him, they're adding to the imposing quality that he has. They're really taking care of me. They give me my own little theme music when I show up, and so they're helping me so much to be a formidable adversary for Sly's character. So I just kind of walk in and do it, just show up, know my dialogue, and get in there and play. And that's what's fun.
Did they give you more at the beginning kind of how he got where he is, or did you make more up in your head to kind of get, more deeper into the character?
Well, I met with David and on a Zoom call, and we were talking and we were discussing the character, and they were telling me what they were thinking. And I thought, well, this is fantastic. I get this. This is a legacy. This is a guy he represents generations of this distillery business. They came from moonshining. I understand that, as a Scots Irish American, certainly, my ancestors up in Appalachia. I get all that. So that gave me a good foundation to build on. And I am a Christian, so I understand the Bible, and I understand the religious tones that are on with this. So I felt like I had a good grip on the guy. Visually, I suggested the way I wanted to look. I wanted to look like I'm wearing my ancestors' suits. I probably patterned my look after my father, who patterned it after his father, and I requested to wear the Stetson open road and have those glasses, and kind of had an LBJ kind of look in my head. And really, to be honest with you, Suzanne, the costumer, all that kind of just builds the character, and then you get in there and fill the suit up and go from there. Does that make sense? That help a little bit?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
do you ever have trouble connecting with the darker parts of the character? I mean, obviously you've done a lot of villains, so it's not like this is new, but
Yeah, well,
yeah.
everybody has darkness. As human beings, there's the light side of us and the dark side of us, and we can all be pretty dark if we let ourselves go that route. And so it's certainly something that we can grasp. So I understood it and based it more on, the relationship, who the guy was, how he was raised, the environment he came from, how strict his his environment was with his father and his father's father. So again, going back to that legacy of this is the way it is. So you know. In my mind, to be honest with you, Jamie, I see Jeremiah as almost a victim in the sense that my life was fine until this man Freddie shows up, right? And he's invading my territory. And what do you do when your territory gets invaded? You fight back.
That was the one thing I wanted to ask too, is I feel like he's not as much caring about the bourbon and the money as he is wanting to get revenge, which probably will be his downfall in the end. But talk a little bit about
Well, it is about the bourbon and the money, but it's more about the family and the legacy and the tradition and the fact that our tradition is being threatened. And that's a metaphor for a lot of what's going on in the world right now. He's resistant to change, and he doesn't want change to happen, and he feels like he's being invaded. So I think there's a lot of people out there that'll be watching the show and they'll pick up on that because that's really what it's about. It's about a territory. It's about an invasion. It's about being forced to change and let go of the traditions that you've hold or the things that you care about and being forced to change. And he doesn't want it to happen. Yeah, I think, I hope that, when I burned down Montague's house, that whole scene I had with Montague, I mean, that was an old friend of mine. And he's betrayed me. And in the Bible, when you betray, I mean, it's payback's rough, and um, I really tried to take the time with that scene to let Montague know that it's not going to be good for you. I mean, you're forcing me to do something, and I even say that in dialogue to Manfredi. I mean, you have now forced me to now I am obligated to tear you apart and everything you love.
Believes that. I get that. But let me ask you, do you think he can go too far? Because, or like, how far will he go? Because I kind of thought for a moment that he was going to let Dwight kill his son, and obviously he didn't. But yeah, I didn't know how far it was going to go.
Um, I think that that's exactly what I wanted you to think. Uh, and I think that that's exactly what Jeremiah wanted Dwight to think. And I think that shows you how far you're in it, how far you're willing to go.
Yeah.
And that's biblical too. I mean, how many times did the Lord tell someone to sacrifice their son? And will you do that for me? So it's all intertwined. And I really feel like, you know, he wants you to think he is willing to go that far and will sacrifice his son to keep his family's tradition alive.
All right, that's fair. Talk about working with Bo.
Well, Bo is a terrific actor. He's a wonderful, wonderful, sweet guy. And I sort of made it difficult for Bo, not in a real, mean adversarial way, but I didn't let him in as an actor. I didn't. He reached out to me, and I was getting on an elevator. He said, "Hi, I'm Bo Knapp, and I'm playing your son." And I said, "Oh yeah," and the elevator door closed. And that was essentially how I kept it. I kept him at way arm's length, and the only time I worked with him, the only time I interacted with him was when we were on camera. We did not socialize. We did not get familiar. And I think it helped both of us.
Right. I wanted to ask you at least one question about X Files before I go, if you don't care, because I'm
Sure.
getting a
I
lot of
love
time.
the X-Files.
Yeah, well, that's my
That's my
favorite show
favorite character.
ever. Well, what's like one memory you have that still sticks out as maybe the best memory or the craziest memory or just something that kind of sticks out?
Well, that show was wonderful, and the way they introduced me and Chris Carter and Frank Spotnitz, the way they introduced that character, and I think when Jillian throws water in John Doggett's face and says, because basically I was kind of lying to her, trying to find out where Mulder was and that whole kind of thing. I think it introduced me to the fans. The fans were so against somebody coming in and, in their mind, apparently trying to replace David Duchovny, which was not what it was about. It was about creating a whole new character and a new dynamic so the show could continue for the fans. But I think that first episode, there was also another episode I did, John Doe. There was a lot of cool things that they gave my character after the loss of my son. Some closure on that, and my real wife got to play my divorced wife on that show, so that was a lot of fun. But I had great memories. I love Jillian. She's wonderful. I loved Annabeth, and my favorite experience, my favorite character I've ever played.
Cool, very cool. Yeah, I never understood why you couldn't both exist in the universe, though. Like
Me
people got
neither.
so
I
mad. I
mean,
know about
look
that.
behind you. It's a big universe.
It is. It is. So you've been in so many different IPs. I mean, obviously Terminator, X Files, Walking Dead, even Lost. What is there still things that you learn like as an actor? Like what have you taken away from Tulsa King? What have you learned?
Well, I think that, I've been doing it 41 years and even started before in Roger Corman and the B movies. And that's where that was my film school. And I think every time you work as an actor, you learn something. you're
Mhm.
going to get something. And also, not only are you learning, but you're going to gain more confidence. And all that becomes a part of your arsenal when you show up to work, whatever that next role is. So the more situations you put yourself in and the more situations you've been in as an actor, right? And different roles you've played or different films, different budgets, different, time frames, how fast you got to go. It all puts demand on you and pressure to find your way of completing the problem of finding that character and making it work. And you got to do it in front of a camera. So it all helps every job. And there's a part of me that, I just work sometimes just to keep working. I'm not a big, like, I want to take a whole year off kind of guy. I want to keep working.
Gotta be moving, gotta be doing
Yeah,
something.
I like to have my chops. You got to keep stretching out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
no,
I try to stay busy.
all right, great. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and yeah, it's great to get to
Jamie,
talk to you.
it is great to
So
talk to you, Jamie.